Hello and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, we are going to learn Android ADB CLI tool. We will learn how to use the Android CLI tool to interact with your Android device from your computer. So what exactly is the ADB? ADB stands for Android Device Bridge. ADB acts like a middleman to interact with your Android device. Now to use the ADB, you have to enable the developer mode on Android. ADB tool is very useful when you're building and debugging the application, because after building the Android application, sometimes you need to access the device log or the Logcat. ADB tool is a very useful tool for developer when debugging the Android application. The reason is sometimes your Android app might crash, or sometimes you might need to access and read system logs which your Android apps create. So ADB tool can get you the system logs and also help you to perform many other actions such as copy pasting file between your Android device and your computer, along with many other minor tasks such as installing and uninstalling any Android application on your device. So this video is going to be hyper focused on ADB CLI tool. Now ADB CLI tool is available in your Android SDK. When you install Android Studio, Android ADB CLI tool is by default available inside the installation. Now to check if ADB CLI tool is installed on your computer is very simple. First install Android Studio, and after installing Android Studio, open the terminal window. Whether you use Windows, Linux, Mac, that doesn't matter. Open the terminal window and type the command ADB. After typing this command, press enter, and as soon as you press enter, you will notice all the CLI command tools available. So this is the Android ADB Android Device Bridge, and this is the location of install. Generally it is always under the Android SDK folder inside platform tools adb.exe. So if you get the output like this after typing ADB command, this means that ADB is installed on your computer when you install the Android Studio. Once we get the confirmation that you have the ADB installed on your computer, now let's move ahead and understand what are the commands which you can use in ADB CLI tool. So first thing first, you have to enable a USB debugging mode in your Android device and connect it via USB to your computer. Here I am using Android virtual device, and if you want to know how to enable USB debugging, open the setting apps, go to the about, and then scroll down to build number, and then tap on it multiple times, and you will see you will enable the developer mode. Once you enable the developer mode, go back and open system, and inside system you will see the developer option, and then open the developer mode, and then you will see a USB debugging option here. This is the USB debugging option. You can enable this option and then connect your device to your computer. After connecting the device to your computer, now to simplify everything, I have simplified the ADB command line tool into 5 different categories. First is the connection, file transfer, app management, diagnostics, and then interactive. We will one by one explore each and every ADB command in these 5 categories. These are the basic 5 categories, and you can use ADB for much more other advanced use case too. But as a beginner, I will recommend you need to master these 5 categories, which will be helpful for you during the Android app testing and the app debugging process. So first is the connections. Let's understand how to use ADB CLI tool to manage your connection between your computer and your Android device. So for connections, the first command is ADB devices. So this ADB devices, what it does is this will show you all the devices which are connected to your computer and they have enabled USB debugging. Write ADB devices and press enter, and then you will see the list of devices. But in case if you want more advanced option, you can type ADB devices/L. This will give you a much more advanced option to show you entire device SDK and the device ID, etc, etc. Now the next command is ADB kill server. So basically what ADB kill server does is, remember that when we use Android debugging mode and connect a device to your computer, the Android device bridge acts as a server client connection. Basically your Android device is a client and your computer is server, and ADB CLI tool is like communication between both of these. Now sometimes the device might get hang, or sometimes device might get problem. So in such extreme cases, we have to use ADB kill server. ADB kill server will basically kill the entire process of ADB, and then you can type the command ADB start server to restart that server. This sometimes resolves most of the common issues such as a device is hanging or something like that. So let me show you. First we will type ADB kill command and press enter, and this will kill the server, which is a ADB server running on your computer. Now to start the server, type the command ADB start/server and then press enter. Once you do this, the server is first killed and then it will start. This will restart the server and your ADB connection is refreshed. So that's all for the connection. Now next is move on to the file transfer. You can use ADB CLI tool to transfer file between your computer and your Android device. Now let me show you how to do it. So here I have a simple file mytext_file.txt. I want to send this file to my Android device via ADB CLI tool. Now how to send this file is very simple. First open the terminal window. After opening terminal window, add the command ADB push local computer path of the file and then space add the remote path of the file where you want to save this file. Now the local path of the file is mytextfile.txt. The reason is because I have opened the same terminal window in the same folder in which this file is stored. That's why I will simply write the name of the file, and then next is the local path. This is the path where we will store the file. I will simply store it in a SD card. I will write /SD card and then press enter. And as you can see, the file has been sent into the SD card folder of the Android device. Now to cross check this, I will open the Android device and then open the file manager. We will open the file manager and then go to our phone internal storage and scroll down, and here is the file, my text file. If you open this, we can read the content of the file, which is hello world. So this file I have sent to the device using ADB command. Now what if I want to transfer this same file from device to computer? We can use ADB CLI tool for transferring the file from device to computer too. And let me show you how to do this. First I will delete this file which I have on the computer and then open the terminal. Open the terminal and type the ADB command pull and then add the location of the text file which is on the device, which is inside the SD card folder with file name mytext.txt, and then add the path to where to save this file. Now I want to save this file inside the same folder of my computer which is on D drive and Android_YT. That's why I have used dot, but in case if you want to save it in another folder, you can type in the name of that folder. So I will write this command and then press enter. So as you can see, this file has been pulled from the device and saved into the my computer device folder. So this is how you transfer the file between a computer and device using the Android ADB tool. You can bidirectionally send the file between computer device and device to computer. So now we have finished understanding file transfer. So now let's move ahead and understand how to do the app management using the ADB CLI tool. Now with the help of ADB CLI tool, you can install any Android application from your computer. You can also uninstall the Android application. You can also get the entire list of all the installed application on your device just by using the ADB CLI tool on your computer. Let me show you how to do it. So first let me show you how to install a simple APK file into your Android device. Now here I have a SMS Drive APK file. SMS Drive is app which is made by me. It is available on Google Play Store in case if you are interested to install it. So here I have the SMS Drive.apk file and I will install this on my Android device using the Android ADB CLI tool. So open the terminal. Now to install the APK, you have to write the command ADB install and then the name of the APK file, which is SMS Drive.apk. Type this command and then press enter. So once we see a message success, which means the app is installed on your device. Now let's open the device to cross check. Now as you can see, there is a SMS Drive icon in the Android device. Now you can open this application and as you can see, it is installed properly. So this is how you install any Android APK file on your Android device. Now what if you want to uninstall this Android application from your device using ADB tool? You can use ADB tool to uninstall any app which is installed on your Android device. To uninstall application, first you need to get the package name of your application. Now to get the package name of application, you have to check the settings page, which is app info, and then scroll down, and as you can see, this is the package name, devesh.efrin.backup.sms. Note this down somewhere and then open your terminal window, type the command ADB uninstall and type the package name. After writing the full command, which is ADB uninstall and then the package name of application, press the enter and then you will see the success message. This means the app has been uninstalled from the device. We can cross check it. As you can see, the SMS Drive app is not available on the Android device. So this is how you install and uninstall the Android app from the device using the ADB tool. But apart from this, you can do lot of things using ADB tool, such as you can get entire list of application installed on your Android device just by using the ADB tool. Type the command ADB shell pm means package manager, list space packages. Type this command and then press enter. You can see the entire list of all the apps installed on the device, and these are the package name. Basically each and every package name is a unique identifier for that specific app. For example, this application is a call log app, which is a default app inside the Android OS. In this way you can get list of all the applications on your Android device. Now here is a scenario. Imagine an Android application is crashing, or maybe it is stuck in a loop. Now to troubleshoot such scenarios, you can also use ADB tool to forcefully stop that specific application. So here is how to do it. Now for example, let's just say I want to forcefully stop this specific application, which is deveshrx.mediaplayer. Now to stop this application, type the command ADB shell am force stop and then package name. So here I have typed the package name deveshrx.mediaplayer, which is a package name of my application, and we will force stop this application. Type the command and press enter, and then as soon as you press enter, the application will forcefully stop on the device, which means app is no more running on device. So this ADB force stop command is very useful in certain scenarios in which app is maybe caught in a for loop forever and app is crashing. So in such a worst case scenario, you can use ADB force stop CLI command to stop that application. We have finished the app management part. Now let's move ahead with the next part, which is the diagnostic of application using the ADB CLI tool. Now to perform any diagnostic, the most important part is accessing the system logs and the Logcat of Android application. So here is how you can perform that various diagnosis using ADB CLI tool. Now what is the most important part of diagnostics of any Android application? The most important part is the Logcat of your Android device and view all the log events. Now to view all the log events in Android ADB, the CLI command is very easy. Type ADB Logcat and then press enter. Now as you can see, this is the entire log event. Let me full screen this. So this is the entire log event of the Android device. Now for diagnostic purpose, you can sort out the entire Logcat and check various details such as debug, error, warnings, information, etc, etc. And note that this is the infinite log, which means it will keep happening. It will never stop. It will keep showing new and new log events as they are happening inside the Android device. And in case if you want to stop the Android Logcat view, in Windows press Ctrl C, which is cancel. So this is how you view the entire Logcat view. But sometimes we have to save this entire Logcat view into a text file. Now to save the entire Logcat view into a simple text file, the command is very simple. Let me clear all of this. Write ADB Logcat and then add the greater than symbol. After adding greater than symbol, add the file name, which is system_log.txt, and then press enter. As soon as you press enter, this will start saving all the log information on system logs inside this file system_log.txt. Now if I minimize this terminal window, you can see there is a file name system_log.txt. Currently this file is empty because I have not stopped the terminal window. Now as soon as I stop the terminal window by pressing Ctrl C, then the entire system Logcat is saved into the file system_log.txt. As you can see, now the file size has increases. If I open this file, you can see the entire log which is saved in a simple text file. Now you as a developer can go through this entire system log event to diagnostics and view other information for your debug or diagnostic purpose. This is very handy while debugging and troubleshooting the complex issue during your Android app testing. You can also filter the Logcat based on the type of the message, such as if you want to filter out only error, warning, debug or information messages. It is possible to do in ADB Logcat. To filter out the Logcat messages, the command is type the ADB Logcat * semicolon and then type the E. E stands for error. In case if you want to filter out warning, you can type W. For debug, you can type D, and for information, you can type I. But since I want to filter out the error, I have typed ADB Logcat * semicolon and then E, and then press enter. As soon as you press enter, you will see only and only error message of your Logcat. So we have finished understanding the diagnostic part. Now let's move on to the next part, which is the interactive part. So interactive part simply means we will use the ADB shell to get complete access to the Android device and where we will get basically the shell access of the Android device similar to SSH. Now to get into interactive mode, open the terminal and type the command ADB shell. Type the command ADB shell and press enter. As soon as you press enter, you get into the device which will execute all the Linux command inside the device. Even though I am using the Windows, but with the help of ADB shell will give you entire direct access to the Android device, and you can use any native Linux command inside the ADB shell. For example, you can type ls to view entire directory. This is the root directory of your Android device, and you can also go to the SD card by typing the command cd SD card and press enter. Now we have gone into the SD card folder of the Android device, and if you press the ls, you can see we can get access to the entire folder of the SD card, including the my text file.txt which we have previously transferred to the Android device. Apart from this, in ADB shell you can get access to each and every native Linux command, all the Linux command which are available on your Android device natively. You can use ADB shell to access and execute many other commands such as the pm, such as package manager, which is pm list packages. Pm list packages will display all the apps which are installed on your Android device, and you can see the unique package name along with the entire list. This will show you the entire list of apps which are installed on your Android device, including the system application and the user application. You can also create file, edit file, write file, copy file, move file inside the Android device using ADB shell window. Basically, ADB shell is something similar to SSH into the another device or server. And in case if you want to exit the ADB shell, type the command exit, and then you will get exit out of the ADB shell command. So these are 5 basic types of how you can use ADB CLI commands to interact with your Android device using your computer. These are the basics, but actually ADB tool can use far more advanced stuff also, such as taking screenshots, screen capture, recording entire screen, creating user interaction just using ADB CLI tool. Those are very advanced use cases. In case if you want video on it, type in the comment below and I will make a video on the advanced use cases of ADB CLI command. I hope you enjoy watching this video and get value out of this. In case if you want to learn entire Android app development, I have made a large playlist to cover each and every topic on Android app development. The link to it is given in the description below. With that said, have a nice day and bye bye. See you in the next video.